How close is the local government to the people? Do they have data? It all boils down back to data. Because for each local government to have something or natural resources that they can harvest, exploit.
Must it be natural resources?
Not natural resources, rather. They must have data. Because they need to know their community. Who lives there?
They know.
You think so?
Yes, they do.
They have data. Apart from birth certificate and death, what other data?
Do you need data to make kuli in Bida?
Do you need data to know who makes kuli?
But they do.
They know every other person.
They do.
So
there is a kuli. I'm just using that as an example. There is a major kuli market in Bida.
Okay.
But now have the local government and the people around seen that is an exportable product? This is where we should start asking ourselves questions. Do we need data to know how many farmers plant yam in Boko? This is Souq business landscape. Now, Nigerian non-oil export rise 11.5% to 6.1 billion. Nigerian non-oil export sector recorded strong growth in 2025, reaching a total value of 6.1 billion, up 11.5% from 5.4 billion in 2024. Now, this particular increase signaled continued momentum in countries' push to reduce reliance on crude oil revenues and expand foreign exchange sources. The figures were disclosed by the Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Noye Ayeni, during her annual progress report and 2026 export outlook briefing held in Abuja on Monday. She attributed the performance to improved market access, stronger participation by exporters, and rising demand for Nigerian non-oil products. Non-oil export has increasingly become critical as oil earnings face volatility from price swings and production challenges. Okay. Some years ago, before the presidential initiative, there was this particular proposition that every local government should have a product that is exportable. That is on the government level. That particular narrative also came up last year and later part of last year.
Yes.
How serious should we be taking this?
Like yesterday, but how close is the local government to the people? Do they have data? It all boils down back to data. Because for each local government to have something or natural resources that they can harvest, exploit.
Must it be natural resources?
Not natural resources, rather. They must have data. Because they need to know their community. Who lives there?
They know.
You think so?
Yes, they do.
They have data. Apart from birth certificate and death, what other data?
Do you need data to make kuli in Bida?
Do you need data to know who makes kuli?
But they do.
They know every other person.
They do.
So
there is a kuli. I'm just using that as an example. There is a major kuli market in Bida.
Okay.
But now have the local government and the people around seen that is an exportable product? This is where we should start asking ourselves questions. Do we need data to know how many farmers plant yam in Boko?
Yes, we do.
Now, the data is important. But now, let's not limit ourselves and say, okay, because of data, we can't do this. We should get proactive. It's not the local government that will export, because no local government, it's the individual farmers. Somebody just has to come and coordinate somebody.
Yes.
That's where we are right now. If we are not exporting, if we're not bringing products to the market, we'll keep repeating this particular issue.
That is why we still need
data. Data is the new way of life
now,
to function.
We need data because we need to know first of all, what and what can we export?
Okay.
What and what do we have in this local government? How many people can produce it? How many people are doing it?
Okay.
What and what? How can we even expand their business?
Okay.
Do we know their market capital? Do we know their strength, their weaknesses? How viable this business is? Can we invest? Can we partner? Who can we partner with?
We're still talking academics, not the work itself.
The work, it's still the work, because for you to
we now
know
be names,
how
with faces, addresses.
You need to check what they have and take down this thing. Are you going to do it manual? Are you going to take biro and pen and be writing it down and take it back to the office where we hear of theft, snakes coming in and all that?
Stay positive.
what I'm saying. So you need data. You need cloud. We are talking about e-gov.
Hold on.
You
You
need
see,
now
we are bringing in inhibitions. Why this is not working?
No,
Why,
I'm not
what
saying
make this
why
work?
it's
What
not
should
working.
be
I'm
the
saying
next
what
way?
should be done.
Yes.
What should be put in place. For instance, now, I should be able to log on to the local government website, register my business, do so many things.
The federal government with CAC have told everybody that you can register 250,000 businesses for free since last year, December.
Via where?
We said it here several times. It's been in the print.
I'm
It's been in
saying
other stations.
Make it even more accessible.
By doing what? By coming to your house to register you?
No, through the local government.
Okay.
Through the local government. They are closer to the people. But
Yes.
one of the things that we cannot overlook is a whole lot of politics goes on in the local government.
Bam.
Okay.
A whole lot of politics goes on in the local government. So and they say you can't take politics out of anything, business or what you like it. This local government chairman, they don't just want to just come to the office and they want to bring in their people, their largies. I mean, we have some of our.
Can we deal with?
What is going on in the local government?
Okay.
In my street now, we want to do something.
Okay.
Some people will go to
What
the
you
local
want to
government,
do?
collect money, and not declare it.
Yes.
Okay, Olumide.
Do you understand?
In your
So
local government now.
Now, the local
what
government.
can you export in your
The
local
local
government?
government official believes that he has settled this particular street, this
Issue.
particular council, this particular
Okay.
issue,
Hold
not
on,
knowing
hold
that
on, hold
the
on,
people
hold on.
are not aware. So they have to now go and do their own due diligence by inspecting to make sure that yes, we gave so person
Sorry.
money to do this. Has he done it?
Okay. Dear Olumide,
That's the
Can I
politics I'm talking
further
about.
portray
Further, please.
Olumide's point?
let's talk about products.
That's
that
what I want
can
to talk
come
about.
out of businesses, be it
That's what
raw
I want to
materials,
talk
be
about.
it production materials, be it manufactured materials. Let's deal with that. Governance issues, yes, there are governance issues,
Yes.
but let's deal with
There's still the issue of this tax force people.
You're still looking at issues and
I'm
issues.
telling you the impediments because all those things have to be either removed or fine-tuned.
Hold on. Did you need impediment to take your bath this morning?
Well, if there
I'll
was,
just ask this question.
If there's light to pump water,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
there will be no impediment.
Dear Nigerians, it's your responsibility to leave. We should better leave. Yes,
All
I'm
right,
coming to
so let me portray his point before you ask
Can we
my question.
dwell on
We are on this. So last year there were videos of this. There's this special pier, this smaller pier. Apparently, it became one of the things that the Chinese people started to crave from Nigeria. And then we saw somebody made a video of tons of those pears being exported out of the country. Now, in between, somebody reached out, I think, to the Minister of Agriculture and all that. And they found out that that is not on the list of part of the products that are exported out for revenue to balance. That's why it's talking about data. So, Edo State produces a lot of those pears, and the West produces a lot of those pears. Igbo land produces a lot of those small pears that they used to eat corn. Now, for example, that's loss of revenue because they do not know
to who exactly?
to the states, to the local government. Because according to the information, when they asked the minister, it's not because the person that did the the documentary, the person that did the documentary, I'm coming from, let me balance and land like a private jet. They discovered that, look, this is not part of what these states are documented by the local government to be exporting. Now, if there's data, I'm a farmer, I have pear, maybe I grow maize and it's maize I'm exporting, and I start to export that. If it's been correctly documented, I wouldn't be able to sell to a Chinese firm or whatever without the states getting to know. Now, if the states gets to know, that means that they don't miss revenue. Part of the issues we are coming back to is there are a lot of things being exported out of this country that somehow, because there's no local government direct link to the people, there's missing revenue. The reason why the West did very well during Awolowo's time was because of the cocoa reforms that Awo did. The cocoa plantation was used to build houses, roads, because they were doing one-on-one with the cocoa farmers. There were documentations. They were going to the farms to say, okay, how many tons of cocoa? If I got to a stage, yes, it got to a stage that they will buy the cocoa directly from the farmers so that they have it, so that nobody is coming to you and you are selling or you declare it's 14 tons that you did.
That's what
now,
the were doing.
coming to this point, that's what we are saying. In Nigeria right now, do we have a system where we buy directly from the farmers so that you are not exporting out? Because we need to keep the revenue that is coming in. If not, we'll keep suffering loss of revenue from agriculture. That's the point he was trying to make. And that's why I wanted to portray.
What product are we exporting? Now you're done making the point, right?
In different communities, we have a lot of products. So, for example, between Southeast and South-South, we have cassava, which is a major product.
Cassava
and Southwest, yes, I'm just saying, we have that. And so, a lot of people are exporting. Now, you hear that, you walk into farms,
exactly
hold on now. You walk into farms and they tell you that, oh, somebody has bought off this cassava farm for the next 5 years. Who? Private to the farmer. With good local government monitoring, you as a farmer, you have no right to sell off. Right now, there's a rule in federal government, and you cannot sell off more than whether 30% or 40% of your cassava internationally, so that they can be agricultural feeding. It's a rule. How well are they monitoring it? Without data, you can't monitor. So if Olumide is a farmer, and I know that he has planted 25 sticks of cassava, it means that I'm estimating that 50 will come out. If 50 comes out, that means that Olumide cannot give out more than 20. If there's no documentation, Olumide can sell whatever he wants to sell.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Now you just mentioned cassava. It's good. We have a whole lot. We are like the second highest producers of cassava.
But we are not making half the money that the first producer.
Hold on. Even with that same number,
yes,
we still don't have enough cassava to feed the country. As we speak right now, we still import cassava-based products.
And because people, hold on, it's not documented what you are giving out.
It's not about documentation.
Yes.
It's about we being directly responsible and getting to the farm and producing in large quantity to feed for manufacture and for export. We are not doing that.
Chooks, can I ask you a question?
There's documentation issues because we are. Instead, they are being exported out.
We keep giving ourselves these excuses.
It's not the excuses, it's what is happening.
How much is Gary in the market?
Gary has actually been falling.
Yes. Do you have enough?
Good.
Have you ever had a glut of Gary in the market?
Since the federal government gave the law that you cannot sell out your full cassava farm, and to some extent they have been trying to implement it, we have seen Gary fall. Before that law, yes, before that law, Gary was going up. Every month, there was 100 naira, a 200 naira, a 400 naira added. I bought rubber of Gary 400 and something. Right now, it's 1,000 something. So that's what we are talking about. Now, imagine if local government is more directly involved with Gary. Gary will fall more.
How many farms?
And then federal government, most importantly, can know what revenue they are getting. What this conversation is about is how can federal government keep tabs on the revenue?
Hold on.
And so without effective data, they can never keep tabs on the revenue.
On revenue without having the products to export in the first
place. We have the products.
Let's talk about why we don't have the products.
Okay, good.
Is it the local government or the law enforcement agencies that will go into the forest to chase out some of these bandits and whatnot? Who's going to do that? Let's say we have tomatoes to export. Okay. How many silos, how many barns, storehouses do we have?
Okay.
Will the local government set up these facilities?
So these are issues that we need to sort out.
We need to sort out these issues. These local governments, well, some might, like we've always heard that these people, they know these bandits. They know where they stay. So now, how would the local government, would they set up a task force to wage war against these bandits, or will they pay security levies to these bandits?